In this explainer, we're diving into the 10 most important global tech trends that are completely reshaping the world economy and the balance of geopolitical power.
Right, let's get into it. And I want to be clear, this isn't just your typical hype list full of buzzwords. We're looking at the real, fundamental forces at play, the deep currents that are genuinely changing how power is built and used in the world today.
First up, and this is probably the biggest one, is a massive shift in how we think about AI. It's time we stopped seeing it as just another app or product. It's rapidly becoming the foundational layer for, well, pretty much everything that comes next. So the whole game is changing, right? It's not so much about who can build the most gigantic, complex model anymore. The real focus is shifting to how efficiently and cheaply you can actually use that AI. We're talking about the transition from a cool tech demo to something as basic and essential as electricity.
So, how do you actually win in this new world? Well, it's not just about having the smartest algorithm. It really boils down to three key things: having unique data that nobody else has, mastering the deep integration of these systems, and, maybe most importantly, relentlessly driving down the cost of every single AI calculation.
Okay, but there's a huge problem that comes with this shift. We're talking about a massive bottleneck, a real scarcity of computing power, and you can't just throw money at it and buy more chips. We're hitting real-world limits set by energy grids, manufacturing challenges, and of course, geopolitics.
This scarcity is actually forcing everyone to get a lot smarter. It's kicking off this huge wave of doing more with less innovation. It's pretty amazing, actually. Clever software tricks and new architectures are starting to let algorithms outperform raw brute force hardware. For years, it was all about bigger, faster chips. Now, smart optimization is back in the driver's seat.
And this leads to a complete change in how we'll interact with technology. Think about it. Pretty soon, you're not going to be juggling a dozen different apps. You'll just talk to one intelligent agent, and it will handle all those apps for you behind the scenes. This means the connections between the apps, the APIs, become way more important than the buttons and screens we see.
Now, this is where things get really interesting, because none of this tech stuff is happening in a bubble. It's actually front and center in a new kind of global power struggle where tech is the main weapon.
What we're seeing is a massive reversal, a kind of tech deglobalization. For decades, everything was about a single global standard. Now we're seeing countries pull back and build their own separate national tech stacks, from the chips all the way up to the cloud.
So why is this happening? It's really all about control. We're talking about sanctions, national security, making sure your supply chains can't be cut off. And yeah, it's less efficient, it costs more, but for many governments, that's the price they're willing to pay to be in control.
And get this, even open source, which used to be this idealistic, collaborative thing, is now a tool in this power play. Countries and huge companies are strategically releasing open source AI to get their tech out there fast, let others do the hard work of improving it, and basically try to make their way the new global standard.
Okay, trend number 3. For the last decade and a half, it's been all about software, right? Software is eating the world. Well, that's changing. All of this digital brainpower is starting to pour back into the physical world, and it's sparking a huge comeback for hardware.
Take humanoid robots. For the first time, AI is giving them the brains they need to actually see, understand, and navigate the real world. They're finally ready to step out of the lab and into our warehouses, factories, and maybe even our homes. And it's not just robots that look like us. We're talking about truly autonomous machines everywhere, on farms, in warehouses, you name it. This is going to completely change how physical work gets done.
So the big question is, why now? Why is this all happening right at this moment?
Well, it's really a perfect storm of a few different things coming together. The AI is finally good enough, the sensors and chips are cheap enough, we can run powerful AI on tiny devices, and on top of all that, you have these massive economic forces like labor shortages and rising wages pushing for automation.
But, and this is a big but, there's a hard limit to all this growth, and that limit is energy. The real bottleneck, when you get right down to it, isn't the AI models or even the number of chips. It's the electricity to power them. AI data centers are incredibly thirsty for power, which means, suddenly, a country's energy policy is a central part of its tech strategy.
And this idea of digital intelligence meeting the physical world, it goes way beyond robots. AI is now merging with biology. It's turning things like designing new medicines into a data problem, not just a chemistry problem. This is cutting down development times in ways we've never seen before.
So when you put all these pieces together,
The AI infrastructure, the geopolitics, the hardware comeback, it all points to one final, really crucial shift in what it takes to win.
The whole game has changed. It's not about who invented it first anymore. The new questions are, who can scale it for the lowest cost? Who can integrate it seamlessly into their products? And who can control that entire stack, from the silicon all the way to the customer?
What this all means is that implementation now beats invention. The winners in this new era aren't just the brilliant inventors. They're the ones who can execute, who can build and deliver at a massive scale. It's a whole new ballgame, and it's all about operational excellence.
All right, let's wrap this up and pull it all together. You can really boil all 10 of these trends down to 5 big meta trends. These are the key things you really need to understand because they're going to shape everything for the next few years. So here they are, the forces you have to watch. 1. AI stops being a product and becomes basic infrastructure, just like electricity. 2. Efficiency and smart software start to matter more than just raw power. 3. The global tech world splinters along geopolitical lines. 4. Hardware, powered by AI, makes a huge comeback. And 5. The ultimate winners will be decided by real-world constraints, things like energy and demographics.